Well, hey there. Good evening. Welcome back to my little gardening show. Tonight, I wanted to show you our power pressure cooker. Got this as a gift last year and hadn't really done a whole lot with it until last week. I was kind of pressed for time, so I decided to make some pork chops in it. So pork chops were pretty well frozen. I defrosted them for like maybe a minute to get them to break apart. And then what I ended up doing was I seared them in a cast iron skillet with olive oil and some salt and pepper that I had rubbed on them. They were still more or less frozen. So what I did after that was I stuck them in the pressure cooker here and put some barbecue sauce between each of the chops and set it for about 20 minutes, and they turned out perfect. It was like the some of the juiciest pork chops I'd ever eaten. So tonight we are experimenting with some vegetables. We had chopped up a bunch of potatoes and carrots and put them in the cooker here and set it for about 20 minutes. I use the meat setting. It's got a bunch of default menu options that kind of give you different time variable, and then you get quick, medium, or well done if you want the maximum amount of time. So I wanted about 20 minutes. I went ahead and just hit the meat option because the vegetables it was like 5 minutes, but since this thing's loaded, I went ahead and hit the next menu option to get an increase in time. Now you can manually adjust the time, but I couldn't adjust it up to 20 minutes like I wanted to, so I had to go with this menu option. Once it's powered up, you select your menu and your time, and you know what you want to do there. You want to make sure that it's in the closed position, and then it takes about a couple minutes to pressurize.
And then you put the food in there.
It's pressurized because there'll be steam that comes out of here, and then it will stop once it's fully pressurized, and then it starts the cooking countdown. Now it's warm to the touch on the outside. It's not like scalding hot.
It's just kind of.
Or hot enough where it's going to burn you. But anyway, this is going to go, and then once it's done cooking, we'll release the steam by moving this valve over here, and then I'll be able to safely remove the lid, and then we'll see what the vegetables look like.
If you didn't do that, and you did that, then...
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. We'll see how it turns out here.
How the chicken turns out?
So we'll be back in about 16 minutes. Okay, so we're back. The canner's been off a few minutes. Get the steam release, and there's nothing there. We didn't put a lot of water in it. And I want to open it and see what the results are. So there's our vegetables. Fork tender. That's pretty cool. Whoops. One thing we did too is we cut them in bigger chunks, so they wouldn't just like disintegrate in there and just not know exactly how they were going to do. But these are potatoes and carrots from the garden with some rosemary, some salt and pepper. So what we're going to do now is we're going to let those, we want to keep them warm because our chicken's not quite done yet. It's a little bit of a challenge to put this on one-handed because of the steam coming out of there, so there we go. So there you have it. I'll let this cool off before I take a little bite, but this was probably cooled off enough. That's good. try to make another video about this as we're, making some other things in it. Show you the inside, but just based on my experience, and I don't get any kind of kickback or money on this, I would highly recommend getting you a little steam cooker like this, especially if you're busy and you don't have a lot of time to prepare meals. This thing makes it a snap. I mean, we literally just had our vegetables, season them just a little bit, a little olive oil, and put them in this canner with about 3/4 cup of water, and 20 minutes later, completely done. So definitely worth the investment. I guess that's it for now. Until next time, happy gardening. Bye.